On World AIDS Day, we remember the 39 million people who have died from HIV/AIDS since the disease was first diagnosed in 1981. HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, is still one of the world's most serious health and development challenges. No other infectious disease in the last 100 years appeared so unexpectedly and caused so much suffering and anguish. On a personal note, I lost many friends to AIDS during the 1980s and 1990s. But there is a hopeful aspect to the battle against AIDS as well. The world mobilized behind AIDS research. No other disease has so clearly and dramatically benefited from investments in science and from collaborative partnerships between governments, the medical community, and civil society. And so, World AIDS Day 2014 is not only a day of remembrance in the United States, Germany, and around the globe, it is also a day of hope, because an AIDS-free generation is within our reach. New HIV infections have dropped by half since the peak of the epidemic. AIDS is still a dangerous, life-threatening disease, but thanks to the enormous progress that scientists and doctors have made, it is now treatable. But make no mistake, the HIV epidemic is still with us, and no one country, no one hospital, no one NGO, and certainly no one individual can create an AIDS-free generation. Instead, we all have a role to play. In the United States this past year alone, federal government funding to combat HIV totaled some $30 billion to cover care and prevention, research, and global health initiatives. The U.S. Agency for International Development is working in nearly 100 countries to provide HIV prevention and treatment services to millions of people around the world. This represents the largest international commitment to a single disease by any individual country. And many of the lessons learned in developing sustainable medical care programs for AIDS are now being applied to the fight against Ebola. Much is also being done in the United States, as well as here in Germany, at the state, local, and federal level. In my home state of California, where the disease was first diagnosed, civic leaders displayed guts and wisdom with a series of early actions, beginning with the first AIDS anti-discrimination law in 1985. In Los Angeles, where I served as Chief Deputy City Attorney, we enforced that law, and an AIDS coordination office was established to partner with community organizations to support those affected by HIV, and perhaps most important, to raise public awareness. Supporting people living with HIV/AIDS and insisting on their equal rights and equal treatment is not just the right thing to do, it is also the smart thing to do. It makes it easier for others to come forward, get tested, know their status, and for everyone to talk more openly about the negative consequences of risky behavior. Today, on this World AIDS Day 2014, let's all of us remember the lives that have been lost and celebrate the lives that have been and will be saved. In Germany, the motto for World AIDS Day this year is Positiv Zusammenleben, or living together positively, today and every day. Tolerance, solidarity, equality, dignity is what we all need to make the prospect of an AIDS-free generation reality.